welcome everybody to the inaugural eSpeedSport Dutchie'S Halftona 500 here on the eSpeedSport Programming Network. Coming to you live from the virtual Daytona International Speedway. Got a fun event for you tonight, honoring eSpeedSport's own Chris Carroll. We're taking a look at these cars right now, going through practice. We'll take a look at the 99 machine, Chris Carroll. Our inaugural race to kick off the 2021 season, designed by this guy. Got a fun one tonight. Lots of good competitors. Some of the best. Our version of the Clash. Appreciate it, Alan. Glad you can hang out. Good luck in NIS Open. Hope to get one of those in before the end of the week. We shall see. So far, Daytona has come up empty for me. I've only tried it once, though. I got killed in a truck race, so it's always a little auspicious, but we'll give it our best shot. But yeah, tonight's race is going to be a fun one. Going to be 100 laps here. Not going to do the full Daytona 500. But just enough. As you can see, some of our good, best compares here. Team A51 sitting here running some laps together. Brian Zimmerman in the 28. Kind of in an odd number. Nate Jurgensen, usually the 31, is in the number 12 tonight. You got the 00 of Blake Bottoms. It's going to be out there. We're going to get ready to go to qualifying. Take a look at who will be on the board for this. Try to get out here on who will go to the top of the charts. Nobody yet to attempt to qualify just yet. First one on the board, Daryl Whitford. He's going to head out there and give it a go in the number 21 machine. We'll watch him as he goes to qualify here. 2.5 miles around this historic racetrack. Biggest thing you want to do with this is build up that momentum on the outlap. Make sure you have enough speed. We'll jump over to the 16 of Rachel Hunt as she gets ready to come to the line. Rachel Hunt, a newcomer to ESS. Look forward to racing with her as she competes in what looks like are going to be the Stock Car Series as well as a few others. Brian Zimmerman hanging on the track in the USA Firearms number 28. We got jump back to Rachel Hunt. She's running the high line on this first lap, trying to build up momentum to try and make that second lap work for her. We shall see if this strategy puts her at the top of the board. Now tonight's race, like I said, 100 laps. There is one green-white checker finish. There will be 4 tire sets allowed, but tires here on the play tracks, not really that important. And Rachel's going to put it on first on the board with a 48.143. She's going to drop to the bottom line, though. We'll see if that helps her out there. Daryl Whitford jumps to the top with a 47.75. There is one fast repair as we jump over to Steven Gibson in the 23 car. Actually sporting what looks like a Denny Hamlin logo. There's the 94 of Agnell Phillip. And we're back on the 28. and the 94, so we're bouncing around. Nathan Jurgensen goes to the second on the board with the 48.017. And Rachel Hunt goes to the top with the 47.574. Back on with the USA Firearms Machine owner and operator of that business and sponsor of the league, Brian Zimmerman. Zimmy, see what he can put up for a lap. I think he's still on his out lap, so still got a ways to go. Bradley Yo puts it up on fourth on the board, and Parker Brookfield currently set sixth. Blake Bottoms now jumps in front of Parker with the sixth place. Nathan Jurgensen on the pole right now with a 47.555. A lot of fast competitors. People start creeping in there. Stephen Gibson moves to third on the board. Hunter Sopak on fifth on the board. Got roughly about 25 cars in tonight for this race. Blake Bottoms now set in third. So our top five, currently Nathan Jurgensen, Rachel Hunt, Blake Bottoms, Steve Gibson, and Daryl Whitford. As Brian Zimmerman, making his second lap, drops to the bottom. Hunter Sopak on his second lap ends up in seventh position. Not a lot of people, not everybody qualifying so far. So we'll see how that shakes out. Here for the start, Brian Zimmerman. Let's see if he can put down a good lap. Zimmy ends up jumping up to seventh, as Agnell Phillip puts up on second on the board. That's going to wrap up our qualifying. So our lineup will be Nathan Jurgensen, Agnell Phillip, Rachel Hunt, Blake Bottoms, and Stephen Gibson. We'll go to the official lineup here shortly. Oh, hey, thank you for the subscribe, Rachel. Appreciate it as always. Try and get you our lineup as soon as we get all the cars on the grid.
Doing there, Rocky, and Race Reporter is here.
Nathan Jurgensen, how are you doing? How are you feeling now that you've put the car on the pole?
Pretty good. You know, we got the pole, and that's the best starting spot.
Definitely. What's your strategy going to be going with this race? Going to just control it from start to finish, or going to see how it shakes out?
Yeah, we have a fast repair, so I feel like it might be a little wrecky, but we'll try to lead every lap that we can, and then start getting close to those pit stop windows. I'll be just trying to get down to the bottom of the track and stay out of trouble.
All right, well, we wish you best luck. We're going to run through the starting grid real quick.
Hey, Rocky, you mind dragging me over to 851P1?
Yes, will do, and I'll jump in when we need to talk again. So hold on one second, I'll drop you over.
Anytime you want. I'm here for you.
Thank you. All right, well, we'll go through our starting lineup. On the pole, we just spoke with them. In the 12 car, that's going to be Nathan Jurgensen. On the outside pole, that is going to be the 94 of Agnell Phillip. Starting third, that's the 16 of Rachel Hunt. We'll try and get a little better shot of that car. Starting fourth, the 00 Blake Bottoms. Fifth place will be Stephen Gibson, the number 11 car. Daryl Whitford outside of him in the 21. Brian Zimmerman in the 28. Bradley Yo in the 35. Back here in the 48, that's going to be Hunter Sopek. The 5 car, we got to get confirmation of him. That's actually going to be Parker Brookfield. Back here in the 99, that's going to be our race namesake, Chris Carroll, followed by the 31 of Dylan Reed. 51, Aaron Rodgers. 54, Mike Seal. The field is coming to the line, so we're going to cut off there. Try to get our standings back up. Pace car is off. Green flag's out. And we're going racing. Right off the start, Nathan Jurgensen pulling out to a relative lead. Rachel Hunt right behind him. As our competitors are 2 by 2. Rachel Hunt with the push on the 12 car of Nathan Jurgensen. That bottom line controlling the start. As they come to the line to complete lap number 1. Nathan Jurgensen's gonna lead it. Followed by Rachel Hunt. Now these are very experienced drivers, so I don't think you're going to see too many crazy moves right off the bat. Nathan Jurgensen, as he said, going to try and control this thing start to finish. Well, he's in the catbird seat to do that. But starting to get an outside line for him as Parker Brookfield and Blake Bottoms, followed by Brian Zimmerman, starting to creep their way forward. Agnell Phillip with a strong push up to the high side, jumps in front of Parker Brookfield. As they come around, Nathan Jurgensen, though, still controls the lead. So far, so good. Steven Gibson deciding to back out of the main pack and fall back. That's going to slow up the bottom line. Agnell Phillip's going to be able to move into the lead based on that. Apologize, we're having a few issues with the timing and storing. Still trying to work out the kinks. Parker Brookfield now the leader. As our first change for position. Agnell Phillip now battling on the bottom side, moves into the lead. Nathan Jurgensen's right there. Oh, Blake Bond's a little out of sorts there. As Agnell Phillip takes the lead on this lap. We'll see if he can hold it. As we got about a 3-car break on the bottom. A little bit of a gap between the 16 of Rachel Hunt and the 48 of Hunter Sopek. Agnell Phillip will now lead that lap as we have our third lead change within the first 5 laps of this race. Parker Brookfield battling on the outside again with a push from Blake Bottoms. Brian Zimmerman right there. Here comes Chris Carroll and Dylan Reed on the outside line. The 99 and the 31 hooked up. We'll see if they're able to make some momentum, maybe create a third line. Right now, they're going to ride it safe on that outside line. Parker Brookfield this time, the leader. Side-by-side racing. So far tonight, you can see the strategy as the 851 team, a lot of them are battling in this top position right there, including the front row of Parker Brookfield and Agnell Phillip, Nathan Jurgensen, Blake Bottom. So right now they are controlling 4 of the top 5 positions. We'll see if they continue to be the front runners of this. The other major team in here, Bomber Racing Association, currently playing it safer, setting in the back, waiting to see how this shakes up. As Agnell Phillip and Parker Brookfield continue to trade the lead back and forth. Good racing so far. Hey, thank you for the follow. Parker Brookfield and Agnell Phillip trading the lead. We'll try to go on board with Parker Brookfield on the outside line. As you can see, running side by side with Nathan Jurgensen. The 94 of Agnell Phillip leading the way. Again, that time by Parker now getting a bit of a run as we jump on board of the 31 of Nathan Jurgensen. Great action so far as the top 4 have been side by side. Parker Brookfield making a move to the bottom line. Going ahead and securing that bottom spot to control the lead. We'll see if Blake Bottoms can challenge him from the outside. Agnell Phillip making a move from the bottom to the top. He wants to stay out in front, so you got a teammate battle in the top 4. Swapping positions back and forth. It's Hunter Sopak. Ends up a little bit loose there. Let's see if he ends up losing the draft. He's going to lose a lot of position because he's fallen further behind. Oh, all sorts of trouble for the 48 car. We'll try to catch up with him. Not sure what happened. We'll go back and take a look at that, as he was all over the place coming through the tri-oval. The 51 of Aaron Rodgers just behind him looked to get loose in the tri-oval. And as he came up the track, just continued to have some problems. Made a late entrance and adjustment on the banking. That's got all kinds of trouble holding on to that 48 car and trying to make it back up on the track. He's going to end up losing, cost him a lot of positions there and lose the draft. We'll catch up to our leaders as they come down the backstretch. Again, Parker Brookfield and Agnell Phillip running side by side as our top 2. Currently, right now, our top 10, Parker Brookfield and the 5 car Agnell Phillip, just now sneaks out back into the lead with that push from the 00 of Blake Bottoms. Right now, you can see how competitive it is. 851 currently controlling majority of the top 10, followed by some independent drivers such as Rachel Hunt in the 16. Parker Brookfield and Agnell Phillip swapping the lead back and forth. We'll see how these two end up when the race comes down to the end. Now, our pit window will probably be around lap 30 to 33. We'll see how that shakes out. As again, Parker Brookfield and Agnell Phillip control the front of this pack and have for the majority of this race. Agnell Phillip getting a strong push from the 00 Blake Bottoms. Agnell's going to drop down in front of Parker Brookfield. Seems like that's been the swap. Let's see if the 00 of Blake Bottoms can finally get his run and go out and lead some of this race and battle Agnell Phillip. 13 laps in. It's been all A51, currently controlling the top 5 with Agnell Phillip first, Parker Brookfield second, Blake Bombs third, Brian Zimmerman fourth, Nathan Jurgensen fifth, and then Chris Carroll in the 99 car. Nate Jurgensen making a move to the outside line. He's sick of hanging out there in second on the bottom line. We'll see how that works for him. Currently trying to move that number 12 Camaro up to the top position. Chris Carroll, a little out of sorts, ends up going to the high line. He's going to be falling back to the back of this pack. As these cars will soon catch the lap car of Stephen Gibson. Stephen Gibson ended up losing the draft at the beginning. Nathan Jurgensen trying to lead our pole sitter since lap 1. He has kind of fallen back, was behind Parker Brookfield and Agnell Phillip, but he's going to try and push. Brian Zimmerman with the run ends up backing off before he can get to the bumper of the 00, trying to avoid the pusher scenario. That time by, Agnell Phillip still leads. Brian Zimmerman trying to find his line, drifts up into that third lane. We'll see how that works if he tries to go ahead and make third. Get somebody to go with him into that third lane, kind of hang the 12 and the 00 out to dry. Some of these cars getting a little antsy just riding out there, even though we're 15 laps in this 100 lap race. Still, again, the 94 of Agnell Phillip controlling things. Continues the lead. Oh, as the 55 of Zachary Margison. We've seen that happen before with the 48. Get a little loose through the tri-oval. We'll try to fall back to the 55 as he tries to shake things out. Zachary Margison ends up riding the ship. We'll follow back to our second pack back here as you have the 96 of Brian Sheffield, the 74 of Alex Harris, the 87 of Brad Ward, the 66 of Nick Parise. Mostly this pack made up of Team Bomber. Kind of hanging out, seeing how things shake out. Also the 21 of Billy Davis back there. Yep, could be a little arrow loose. The setup they're using tonight is the iRacing Open setup for Daytona. Maybe they're catching the apron just a little bit through that tri-oval. That's been known to get cars very loose as we jump on board the 5 car of Parker Brookfield. As our pack comes down to complete lap 17 of this 100 lap event. These cars are nearing the lap traffic. We'll see how that affects things here. 18 laps in. Clean race so far. There is one fast repair, but nobody's had to use it so far yet. As it's been all A51 at the front. Only one fighting valiantly, not up there, Rachel Hunt. Independent team, Dylan Reed also up there in the 31, currently running the high line. Zachary Margison now trying to move back up as he's caught that main pack after a little bit of a scary situation through the tri-oval. These cars nearing the pit window of lap 30 to 35. Stephen Gibson now in danger of going a lap down. Pulls up high down the backstretch. This could be a little bit of a shaky scenario for that outside line. We'll see how that works out for them. looks like he's going to give him the high line, or the low line, as the field comes to pass him. Nathan Jurgensen, that time by, your leader. Steven Gibson in the 11 car, giving all the room. Doing a great job there of not LePaging the field. We don't want any incident like we saw in the, Podium 500, where we had a couple times a lap down car ended up wiping out the field. So great job by Steven Gibson, keeping it on the high side and not taking anybody out. Agnell Phillip, though, is going to cruise back into the lead. We'll see if anybody starts getting racy. We've seen Brian Zimmerman back there in the 28 car peek out to the outside a few times, but currently no help on that outside line. Being kind of a boring race so far, unfortunately. But that's the thing about plate racing. Just as soon as you think that people have settled in, that's when all the chaos starts happening. So the leader's approaching another lap car of Hunter Sopak. Hunter had a really tough time losing the draft after getting really loose through the tri-oval. He moves to the high side. We'll see if the field can safely get around him. And it looks like they're going to be able to. Whoa, as he comes close to the 51 of Aaron Rodgers, but no harm so far. Yeah, right? Have not wrecked enough cars. You are correct, Rachel. Tony Stewart would be proud of this plate race. Oh, but we have so much more racing to do. Oh, Nathan Jurgensen with a move sealing off that bottom side. Finally getting around Agnell Phillip. Looks like he's going to be able to control the lead as we get into green flag pit stops. That top line starting to fall back. We'll see if anybody jumps out there. Looks like Mike Seal in the 54 machine trying to work his way up there. Shuffle things around. That's starting to bring Chris Carroll in the 99, Dylan Reed in the 31 back into the top of the top pack. These guys, some expert. Whoa, as we have the 21 and Darrell Whitmer now on the apron. Some troubles there as he goes sailing back to the back of the pack. Again, another one of those guys just ended up getting a little loose. Rachel Hunt now looking on the apron. Not sure if she's trying to make the move to, or just cooling down the car. Now with these cup cars, they can run hot if they are running too close together. So all these guys probably watching their water temperatures very closely. So I think the pit window is going to be somewhere around 30 to 35 laps, if I remember correctly. So we should see pit stops within the next, I would say, 10 laps. I know these guys are going to probably push it as far as they can to make it just a two-stop race. So as soon as we see cars jumping down, I would say probably after lap 33. That's when you're going to see people starting to make their move to pit road. So we got some shaking back there in the rear of the field. I believe that's the 31 of Dylan Reed. Jumping down back there in the back of the pack. Take a look. Oh, that's actually the 74 of Alex Harris. Alex Harris finally making his move to get back to the front. He's the highest running Bomber Racing Association driver in the Phrase Brewing Company 74. Moving into this lead pack following the 55 of Zachary Markison. Zach having some issues dropping to the apron. In that 55, we saw him before get a little arrow loose through the tri-oval. The pack playing it patiently so far. High-speed poker at its finest. Blake Bottoms now. Oh! Gets set into the outside wall! We got big pileup! This is our first big one of the night. Caution is out. Oh, big pileup. We got a car on its roof. That's the 55 of Zach Markison. Just looked like there was too hard of bump drafting between the 28 and the 00. We're going to drop back and take a look what happened there. Jump to our camera. Big pile up. So Blake Bottoms finally out front on that top line. Oh, but Brian Zimmerman gives him a bump a little off center. That's going to collect Parker Brookfield, Rachel Hunt, Zachary Markison, Alex Harris, Stephen Gibson, Chris Carroll. Oh, man. Wads up most of the field as nobody could get woed down. So we're going to see some fast repairs being used. Unfortunate scenario. And a real big shakeup. We're going to see the whole field come down. But yeah, we got a lot of damaged cars. We're going to get in with our in-race reporter, Nathan Jurgensen, on that. Actually, we're going to talk to Nathan Jurgensen on that, see if we can get some information from him. Nathan Jurgensen, you're live.
Hey, what's up? I don't want to miss my pit stall here. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Oh, I'm going to do it right on the broadcast. We're in first gear. We're sliding. We're in. What's up?
All right. Just checking in. You were leading at the time, but I know you were in with your teammates. Looked like Blake Bombs and Brian Zimmerman just got a little off on bump drafting. What can you tell us about that incident?
Well, I didn't see it. It was behind me. That's where I like the wrecks to be. But it seemed like maybe Zimmy and Blake didn't hit square, is going to be my guess. I heard some screaming on the Discord. I saw some cars crashing, but... You know, I don't think I think I've missed every wreck that's ever happened in my rearview mirror, so not too bad for me.
Well, that's good. Yeah, nobody's gonna hit you from that front position so far. How's it been racing? You've been changing lead positions with Agnell Phillip, Parker Brookfield. How are you feeling about your race so far?
Yeah, I think the big thing is we're managing temps here. We're using the iRacing provided open setup, and it's got 25 tape as opposed to the 15 that we typically use on our open setup, and the 15 that's also on the fixed setup. So the cars are getting hot really, really fast.
Oh,
so
interesting.
You probably noticed the second car on the bottom has a really hard time, staying close to the car in front. Literally one lap on his bumper, and you're gonna blow up. So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody blows up before the end of this race. So we're just managing temps. Trying to manage that net code. Cars definitely, it's walking, it's wobbling down the back straightaway. So you probably see guys, we're steering, we're driving that whole back straightaway.
Well, so far so good. I mean, you guys put on a heck of a show for the first 30 laps or so, avoiding any wrecks and everything like that. So we'll let you get back to your race. Appreciate you stopping by.
All right, man. Take care.
You too. Our in-race reporter, the leader, Nathan Jurgensen. Little feedback there. Try to get our standings back in order. After that round of pit stops, Nathan Jurgensen remains your leader. Agnell Phillips second. Aaron Rodgers moves into third. Bradley Yo fourth. Mike Sill fifth. James Ward's going to move up to sixth. after that and say, actually, he just pitted, so he'll drop back down there. We'll see how the rest of this... How's it going, Buck Racer Mom? Glad you can stop by. We're 1 lap to green after that crazy caution. Try and fix our standings here. Alright, we'll run back through the standings as they are now. So, Nathan Jurgensen, Agnell Phillip, Aaron Rodgers, Mike Seal, Parker Brookfield, Chris Carroll, Blake Bonds, Billy Davison. Looks like Hunter Sopak has maybe pulled in. He's currently shown 2 laps down. That's going to be our only car that is missing from the race. As the pace car pulls down, we get back to racing. Nathan Jurgensen off to a good start. And he's going to control this thing again. Aaron Rodgers going to pull down and move into 2nd position. "31 laps in. We had our big one of the race. Probably about half the field caught up in that, having to use their fast repair. We're going to see how conservative guys are going to be now going forward. A little bit of a fuel strategy in play as well. As Hunter Sopak's going to drop down to the apron. He is still in this race. But he's going to go ahead and pull the 48 into pit road. So that big wreck at lap 28 may make drivers run a little more conservatively as we go along here. As we see some side-by-side action through the back of the pack. Looks like the 11 of Robbie Harkins decided not to use the fast repair, showing a little bit of rear end damage on that number 11 car. Looks like pretty much everybody else has. As we watch the 48 trying to make it back in with the field. He is on the apron. Oh, scary situation. Almost getting the 28 of Brian Zimmerman. The 48 trying to get back into the field as he's had some earlier issues. As the front pack again is the Nathan Jurgensen Agnell Phillip show. The 12 and the 94 continue to swap leads, but we finally have some new players in the game as the 99 of Chris Carroll and the 51 of Aaron Rodgers now running third and fourth. Those two cars making their way to the front finally. 66 laps to go in this half-length 500 mile race. Agnell Phillip, your leader that time by. As our field goes down the backstretch, you can see cars fanning out. Right in two distinct groups. Got pretty much the majority of A51 have stayed into this lead group. They've ran well together, except for a little bit of a bump issue between the 28 and the 00. And then a distinctive second group with the rest of the field, such as Bomber Racing Association, Dark Slide, teams like that. So, but we do see a 3-pack. Brandon Sheffield, Jason Jackson, and Nick Baris now starting to work their way forward, trying to catch up to this main pack. The 96, the 86, and the 66 starting to make their move. We'll see if they can go up there and challenge this lead pack of A51, plus Dylan Reed. Aaron Rodgers moves into lead. Oh, but big wreck as Nathan Jurgensen just gets a wrong bump. That's going to collect a bunch of the field. Oh, no, another big one here at lap 37. With a bunch of drivers already using their fast repair, that's going to take a lot of cars out. We'll take a look at what happened with that. That's going to change the complexion of the game, as the 51 of Aaron Rodgers just moved out in front. Nathan Jurgensen tried to give him a bump going through the tri-oval. Aaron Rodgers gets a little bit loose, goes into Chris Carroll, Agnell Phillip, Dylan Reed. Looks like Jason Jackson may have been caught up in that. Unfortunate situation, as that's going to collect another big group of our front runners. We'll see who has a fast repair left and who has one. Who's going to end up having to put it up on the trailer? That's going to take a bunch of cars out. Unfortunate. Our field catches the pace car on the backstretch. As you can see, the damage on the back of the 51. USA Firearms A51, number 51, Monte Carlo. Yeah, probably should have used more than one at this point. I think we're going to have a lot of drivers. You can see we'll drop back and look at the, whoop, gotta fix that real quick. The front end of Chris Carroll's machine. I think he was caught up in the first one. Dutchie not having the best day in the Dutchie's Halftona 500. As the field comes back in. Hey, Thomas Crowd. Yes, the SPM logo's out. Appreciate you making that for us. Our resident logo crafter, Thomas Grau, in the audience. Looks like a mixture of strategy this time by our leader. Nathan Jurgensen's going to drop back in the field, as it looks like Mike Seal won the race off pit road. The 54 machine's going to be our new leader. Good run by Seal. He's already got a win in the Trucks official this week. So we'll see if he can carry that good luck into taking this eSpeedSport Dutchie'S Halftona 500. Take a look through the rest of the field. Blake Bombs looks like he was able to avoid that last wreck, still with a clean car. Bradley Yo, 35 car moving up into 5th. Nathan Jurgensen's going to fall back a little bit. Then you have Nick Burris. Rachel Hunt looks like she has a clean car. Alex Harris. Robbie Hartpence. Agnell Phillip looking like he was able to escape it. Rachel Hunt, though, coming back down. Maybe repairs. A few more repairs. Take a look through the rest of the field. Aaron Rodgers got some significant damage on that 51. He's going to come back down. See if he can get some more of that sheet metal pounded out. As we are, 1 lap to green. Hunter Sopak's going to get the waiver out. Looks like Dylan Reed and Parker Brookfield have taken their cars to the virtual garage. Unfortunate end to their night. Zachary Marguson finds himself 1 lap down, maybe out of this event. As we still have 60 laps to go. Oh, and Dutchie Chris Carroll. Looks like he's got some significant damage on that 99 car. Daytona not treating him very well so far. He's missing the whole front clip. Just got the hood on that machine. As we come down to the green flag. Our top 10, Mike Seal, Blake Bottoms, Bradley Yo, Nathan Jurgensen, Nick Burris, Alex Harris, Robbie Hartpence, Agnell Phillip, Brandon Sheffield, and Brad Ward. We are off as Mike Seal controls the start. Oh, Bradley Yo with a little bit of tire spin ends up collecting it. Blake Bottoms getting a push from Nathan Jurgensen. We'll see if Blake Bottoms can take that 0-0 around the outside of Mike Seal. It's been aggressive pushing so far, which has caused a few of the incidents, so we'll have to keep an eye on how these cars, if things settle down. Oh, as Bradley Yo gets loose. Bradley Yo ends up losing some distance between him and Mike Seal. And that's going to allow the 0-0 Blake Bottoms with Nathan Jurgensen pushing to move to the lead. Our new leader, the 0-0 of Blake Bottoms. Followed by Nathan Jurgensen. Apologize, folks. Trying to work out our scoring and timing issues here. We've been a little rusty since the off-season, so trying to get things shaken back out. Not to mention, a little under the weather today. Had some sinus issues for the past week, so just trying to hang on here as best as possible. Blake Bottoms, young man from North Carolina, has been on quite the streak. We've been running some off-season races, and he's been dominating, winning the last 2 or 3. So no shock that the 0-0 is back out there in the lead. Currently, right now, after the last couple incidents, though, the field is trying to stay a little more single file, though. Blake Bottoms giving up the lead. He's going to jump to the top of the track and give the lead back over to Nate Jurgensen. Maybe some strategy at play there. Little fuel savings. Oh, he cuts down in front of the 66 of Nick Maurice. Wild move there. That's going to leave the threesome of Nate Jurgensen, Mike Seal, and Bradley Yo out front. Well, Nate Jurgensen finds himself where he wanted to be. He said he wanted to control this thing from the start to finish. The one time he fell back, he almost got caught up in instant. Spinning the 51 of Aaron Rodgers. Nate now controlling the start with the 54 of Mike Sill behind him. The 35 of Bradley Yo, the 00 Blake Bottoms. And then Nick Bariste finally making his way up front in the 66 car. Running 6th. Alex Harris in the 74 is currently 6th. Our first 2 wide action. Wow, Chris Carroll without a front end. Running up in this lead pack, that's a little surprising. With that amount of damage, he is hanging tough. Just like the new kids on the block. We'll see how long he can keep that number 99 car. Oh, as Blake Bombs makes an aggressive move in front of the 74. 74 cuts back down in front of Nick Maurice. So these guys still being ultra aggressive, considering that many of the fast repairs have been used. They're going to have to watch themselves as they go through here. We're shaking things up back and forth. Mike Sill makes a move to the outside. Picks up that outside line. He's going to try and make his way back around the 12 of Nate Jurgensen for the lead. That outside line right now a little more synced up. They're going to be able to get a run. The 99 of Chris Carroll right there with some damage is still able to run in the top 5. Aaron Rodgers drops to the bottom. He's looking to make his way side by side. Bradley Yo all over the place. That bottom line trying to find a push. Maintain that momentum. Bradley Yo drops to the apron. This open set using a little bit more aggressive take. These cars aren't able to push as much as you would expect. A lot of overheating problems, so a lot of people are trying to shake out the temps and stuff. Rachel Hunt now trying to make her move up front. Steven Gibson, after getting his lap back, finds himself in the top 10 again. Good to see the recovery by the number 11 car, trying to channel his inner Denny Hamlin tonight. Denny Hamlin, of course, winning the Busch Clash. I bet some of these guys, after the wrecks we've had, probably wished we were running the road course. The battle right now, the 12 of Nate Jurgensen, the 54 of Mike Seal. These A51 cars have been battling it out all night long. Oh, as we have a little bit of a connection issue with Bradley Yo. Always a dangerous proposition, becomes more dangerous here at these plate tracks. As we just hit halfway in this 100-lap Daytona race. Again, Nate Jurgensen, Michael Seal. Oh, now Michael Seal makes the move to the bottom. That's going to put him in front of the 12 car. Blake Bottoms now controls outside with Brian Zimmerman and Chris Carroll. Chris Carroll, valiant effort considering he has no front bumper. Nate Jurgensen now making an aggressive move to the outside to get in front of Blake Bottoms. Nate Jurgensen trying not to give up that lead. Now getting an aggressive push. Jurgensen back in front. This has been quite the battle, even with 49 laps left. Nate Jurgensen, Mike Seal, and Blake Bottoms swapping the lead, swapping positions. You now have Brian Zimmerman in the 28. Chris Carroll in the significantly damaged 99 still up there, making things interesting. All of these guys are trying to get this opening race of the eSpeedSport 2021 season. Get that first win in as we start the new season. Blake Bottoms controlling the outside. Nate Jurgensen on the inside. Not quite enough cars. Aaron Rodgers looking to try to pick his poison if he wants to push at the bottom or the top. Steven Gibson, though, and Hunter Sopak are right there. The outside gets a run. Blake Bottoms is going to shift it to the inside on Nate Jurgensen. That's going to hang the outside of Brian Zimmerman out a little bit, but here's some help with the 11 car. Oh, Nate Jurgensen again makes the dive to the outside in front of Zimmerman. Nate Jurgensen very aggressive this race to try and control the lead. We'll see how that works. Zimmy's had this happen to him a number of times. He gets up there and somebody shifts up in front of him. We've seen Blake Bottoms do it. Nate Jurgensen. Mike Seal now does the same shimmy. He's now on the outside with Nate Jurgensen pushing. Blake Bottoms currently controlling the bottom. Mike Seal's going to make his way up to the first position. Aggressive moves by the A51 team. Jurgensen's going to fall back as Zimmy tries to decide to make a move to the outside or continue to push the 12 car. Well, this has been nothing short of exciting tonight with the swap in leads. He is looking like a madman out there. Been ultra aggressive so far. We've seen that pay dividends for him as the leaders are now approaching lap traffic. We'll see how that comes into play with as aggressive as these cars have been. The 22 of Billy Davison. About to fall a lap down, as well as the 31 of Dylan Reed about to fall another lap down. Dylan Reed having some tough luck tonight. Was once running in the top 10. We're starting to see some shifting. We'll see how this shakes out, as currently the 22 is not in the most opportune position, still running the low line. We'll see how this works out with our leaders. I have a bad feeling. This might not be good. Oh, the 22 makes a late move to the apron, and that's going to shuffle things around. We'll see where Dylan Reed goes. That's going to create a little separation. Dylan Reed still running in the middle of the pack. And he finally moves up. That's going to allow the 54 of Mike Seal and the 00 of Blake Bottoms to get some separation. We're going to go single file. But Nate Jurgensen still with the aggressive moves. He's going to make a run to the outside. Blake Bottoms is going to cut off his advance. Blake Bottoms going to try and take that push to the lead. Currently right now holding up Nate Jurgensen. The 54 of Mike Seal controlling the bottom. Blake Bottoms makes the move to the bottom. And Nate Jurgensen now fighting on the outside. We'll see if he right now only has one car, only one friend, and that's Brian Zimmerman. With these ultra aggressive moves, you gotta wonder who's gonna be Nate Jurgensen's friend by the end of this race. He's starting to fall back in the field as nobody is helping out that outside line. Dylan Reed, the lap car, finally moves out there. Oh, a little bit of shift. Brian Zimmerman gets into Dylan Reed. That's going to collect up a handful, and that's another yellow flag. Chris Carroll, again, another unfortunate incident with him. That's going to end the day of a lot of these competitors. We'll go back and take a look. Man, rough, aggressive racing so far. As we get in the core of the 28, just gets a little loose on entry. I don't know if the 31 caught him. Oh, the 35 came up into his lane a little bit. That catches the 31, the 91. Steven Gibson's involved. Rachel Hunt. That's going to take out quite a few of these competitors. Man, really aggressive racing here tonight. Has cost a lot of our competitors. Brian Zimmerman's going to come in. He was smoking, so his race might be over. As we still have 41 laps left. We'll try to get a word with some of our racers. We'll talk to Chris Carroll. He's having a tough one tonight. Chris Carroll, you're live. Not the night you were looking for. Caught up in the third wreck tonight. How are you feeling, man?
A little bummed out, man. I wanted to put on a good show for everybody watching out there, but that's Daytona. It hates me. We got a mutual agreement there.
Yeah, you've had a rough one this week. I know I raced trucks with you earlier, and you and I both got killed in an early wreck. What can you say? It seems like a lot of these guys have been very, very aggressive this race. It seems to have caught. What are your thoughts on that?
A lot of guys wobbling around out there, and I think guys are driving over their heads trying to make spots up in places. I mean, we got 100 laps here. We could just ride around and not kill everybody, but those cars are hard to drive, and I think guys are racing like we used to race there, and it can't be done.
Gotcha. With this setup, is it just a little bit got that weird toe wobble, or is it just feel oddly loose? What's going on with it?
Yeah, for me driving the G29, I got a wobble down the backstretch.
Wow.
And the tires, like there's a dead spot right in the wheel, and it kind of rocks from tire to tire if you're not careful. And as the tires wear out, it gets worse. So you just have to manage it and chill out. I was trying to chill in the middle of the race there, and then I got guys shoving me up into the pack, and I'm like, man, I just want to ride. But I decided, well, if they're going to do that, I might as well get up there and die. So, but I don't know. Daytona's weird, man. It hates me. Every time I run that track, it seems like it's a truck in front of me that gets wrecked. It's unreal.
Yeah.
300 I rating this week.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
wow.
It's amazing. I think it'll all the luck will like work itself out, and I'll win like a huge NIS and it'll make up for it. That's what happened.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Your luck will turn around quickly enough. Well, I will say, this whole race was put on. I know it was your idea, but I want to thank you so much for all you do for the league. You're kind of behind the scenes recruiting, trying to bring people in. You've done some great effort. So this race didn't go your way, but it's definitely for you, and we appreciate everything you do here.
Okay, that goes both ways, my friend. That's just Daytona, and it happens. But we appreciate you for all you do for us, giving us a place to race. And I know the A51 Pro guys all love you, and I know all the guys that race in your league love you. So we all appreciate what you do for us, man. That goes both ways.
Oh, thanks, man. All right, we'll send you back down to your team channel, but we'll try to catch up a little later in the race.
Sure, man. Go have a good broadcast there.
Will do. Chris Carroll, Tough night for him. Wished went a little bit better. But he was making a valiant effort in a broken car. Running out there without a front end at one point. As we are one to go. New race leader, Aaron Rodgers. Hopefully it goes a little bit better for him this time than last time he was the leader. Last time he got a little bit of an errant push. Caused a big one. Wadded up some cars. So after that round of pit stops, our field is now Aaron Rodgers, Mike Seal, Bradley Yo. Looks like Darrell Whitford making his way up through the field. Followed by Nate Jurgensen. Maybe some last minute pit stops here. As everybody came down and refilled with one to go. So we got a little bit of a shakeup going on. Odds there, a lot of single file restarters.
Green flag.
We are green. Aaron Rodgers off to a decent jump. Followed by Bradley Yo and Mike Seal. Hunter Sopak, the 48. That car is currently shown. 3 laps down. Steven Gibson, a run on the outside. He came out of nowhere. 11 machine. Maybe he pulled the old Kyle Busch trick. Past the field on the outside. He's got significant front end damage. So I don't see how he's going to be able to stick up there. But he's going to drop behind the 35 of Bradley Yo. Try to ride this thing out. As the 51 controls the start. 54 of Mike Seal second. 35 of Bradley Yo. Steven Gibson hanging tough in the 11 FedEx machine. Doing his best with the front end damage he has. But we've pretty much single filed out. 5th place Darrell Whitford in the 21. Making the best of it. Doing well tonight. Gonna see him with a good run. Our former leader Nate Jurgensen finds himself in 6th. Rachel Hunt able to get the repairs done. She is 7th. Blake Bottoms 8th. Alex Harris 9th. And Agnell Phillip 10th. So after about 3 incidents collecting a lot of cars, we're starting to see people single file out, maybe be a little less aggressive. Ride this thing out to the end with the 51 of Aaron Rodgers controlling the show. "35 laps left." Everybody came in for one final pit stop to try and make it the rest of the way. That's going to be one thing that's important. Probably what a lot of these people have in mind. This is now a fuel mileage race. And it's probably why you're seeing a lot of people spread out single file. Try and conserve fuel. Stay in the draft. Run half throttle. The only one that doesn't have that in mind is the 51 of Aaron Rodgers. Currently controlling the show. But that's the thing about Daytona. Impatience will set in. And you'll start to see these guys forming a couple packs to try and race their way to the front. Aaron Rodgers was in one of those incidents. Looks like he's got his damage fixed so far. Able to hang out in front. Mike Seal right there in second. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I've been trying. I've had some issues, some technical difficulties tonight, so we need to work out some of those kinks, but so far so good. Appreciate it. Aaron Rodgers controlling the show, but looks like he may want to give up that lead to Mike Seal. Starting to realize if he hangs out in front, he's going to end up burning too much fuel. We're starting to see these cars close in a little bit on each other. That's just going to increase the racing and the aggressiveness as the laps click down. We'll run through the field. Second place is the 54 of Mike Seal. The 35 of Bradley Yo. The 11 car. That Denny Hamlin paint scheme with the damage. That is Steven Gibson. Hunter Sopak finds himself in 20th position in the 48. Had some early trouble losing the draft. Whoa, as Bradley Yo shifts down, that's going to bunch things up. Darrell Whitford currently running 5th in the 21 car. Nate Jurgensen in the 12 is in 6th. 16 car, that is Rachel Hunt. The 00 of Blake Bottoms, the 74 of Alex Harris. Agnell Phillip currently rounds out our top 10 in the 94 car. After that, you have the 66 of Nick Parise in 11th. The 11 car of Robbie Harpins. The 55 of Zach Margerson's currently in 13th. Jason Jackson, the 14. 87, Brad Ward. The 10 car of Ed Kane. The 96 of Brand Sheffield. And currently the last car on the lead lap. That's the 81 of James Ward. So currently 1st through 18th. Still running a decent click. Everybody right there in the main pack. Trying to ride it out as this has become a bit of a fuel mileage race. Lot of space given considering how aggressive the first half of this race was. Saw cars swapping back and forth, exchanging the lead. Right now everybody's lined up. Using that draft to conserve fuel. Waiting to get in that window to be able to pull the trigger and get back to racing. 28 to go in this 250-mile event. We are going to drop in real quick with our leader, Aaron Rodgers.
Here we go.
Here we go. Aaron Rodgers, this is Rocky Harpins with eSpeedSport. Popping in mid-race. You are currently controlling this thing, but it looks like this may shake out to fuel mileage. Do you have enough to make it the distance?
Absolutely not. As far as what I got, we've got about 28 laps in the tank. We ain't gonna make it, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that anybody else is gonna make it either. I think they're gonna be 2 laps short. It was gonna be a push for them to make it. And if we don't get a yellow, I don't think that they can, even if they're hardcore saving. They're just not gonna save 3 laps. So we're not gonna make it, but neither are they. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, could be a last ditch for you all into the pits. At that point, are you going to try and undercut it to try and get out front? What's the pit strategy?
Well, we'll see. I mean, depending on what happens, if it's starting to sputter and we're at 1 to go, we'll have to kind of gauge that. It might be more beneficial to not pit and just coast around the last lap, because you can coast shutting it off at the line and make it back.
Oh, interesting. Okay, good to know. Well, best of luck. This is going to turn out to be an interesting race. We'll let you go, and best of luck.
Thanks, sir.
Talking to our leader, Aaron Rodgers, we are looking like drivers are going to be short. We'll check in with Team Bomber. Bomber Racing Associate Alliance. How are you guys doing? Okay, so checking in, it looks like we are in the midst of a fuel mileage race. Are you guys gonna make it?
I will, Rocky.
Very tight.
We are close. We are very tight.
Okay.
She says we're good to go.
Oh, interesting. All right, if you're good to go, at what point do you guys make your move, or do you wait for the rest of the field to run out?
We wait for the rest of the field to wreck.
It has been aggressive most of the race, but so far things have kind of mellowed out, stayed in a line. Is there a point that you guys think that it will be go time?
2 laps to go.
Yes, when you see Grandma start moving,
My sim racing app tells me I'm green, and I'm right there.
Fair enough. All right, we'll let you guys go. Best of luck.
thank you, Rocky.
So you get a mixture of the pit strategy currently. It'll be interesting. Chris Carroll bringing in some information. They're on the brink of fuel. Nobody knows if they can make it. And I agree. This is going to get interesting as the laps wind down. Everybody's being ultra conservative. Just coasting around. The only one you feel for is Aaron Rodgers, who is kind of stuck in that tough position of being in the lead. He cannot save, where all these other guys can run about half throttle. The field is starting to bunch up just a little bit. So at some point, the patience will wear thin. And we'll start to see cars move up through the field. With 23 laps to go. Right now, our field separated about by 2.7 seconds. Strung out through there. We currently only have 4 cars in the garage. That's Brian Zimmerman, Chris Carroll, Dylan Reed, and Parker Brookfield. All taken out with early damage. As you get a perspective of how this field is currently lined up. Waiting for their moment to have enough fuel to make it to the end. So far, no passing for the last little bit. We starting to see Steven Gibson poke his head out. Again, that 11 car has a little bit of damage, so maybe seeing some overheating. "20 laps left. We are in the sit and wait game. Once these guys know they can make it on fuel, you will start to see them move. We'll go through and highlight a few in the field. We got some past eSpeedSport champions, such as two-time Truck Series champion Nathan Jurgensen in that 12 car. You see Billy Davidson pulling off to the side. We got a double champion from last season, the Road Series and Sprint Car Series champion Blake Bottoms, getting it done both on the dirt and the road side of things. Won our V8 Supercars Championship that we ran last season, as well as our wingless 360 races. He ended up coming home with championship in both. Unfortunately, the rest of the field, well, we have a super late model champion riding it out back here in the back. That's the 96 of Brand Sheffield. He was able to get it done last season in the super late models. That series coming back at this year on Friday nights. You'll find the eSpeedSport Super Late Model Series champion series. Got some good races coming up. So we've got quite a few of our past champions in this race here tonight. Another couple out there, two-time Short Track Series champion Brian Zimmerman, but he is currently in the garage. So is last year's Stock Car Series champion Chris Carroll, as well as the inaugural Truck Series champion Parker Brookfield. All three of those guys having tough luck here tonight. Aaron Rodgers building up a serious lead. Interesting strategy there as he's driven away from Mike Seal. You don't see that much here at Daytona. He's built a 0.4 of a second lead on second place. "16 laps left in this 100-lap event. We are in wait-and-see mode. Do we have enough fuel or not? That's what each of these drivers has in their head right now. That's why you're seeing the field strung out, single file. All these drivers trying to decide, can they make it? Oh, we finally have some action to the outside. Blake Bottom's starting to make his move. Will the 12 of Nate Jurgensen follow him? Now you're starting to see the outside form up. These guys have decided they have enough to make it. Let's make it racy. You see the Bomber Racing Association drivers of Alex Harris, Nick Burris, Robbie Harpence. They've decided they're going to go ahead and make it interesting and move up to the front. Alex Harris screaming up to the lead. with 14 laps left in this event. Robbie Hartpin's trying to decide if he's clear. Try and get front of the 51 of Aaron Rodgers. Here's where the strategy came into play. This group has been waiting in the back all race long, trying to dodge any wrecks, and they've decided they are moving to the front. All of Team Bomber now is taking over the top positions. Sid for Aaron Rodgers in second. Now Aaron Rodgers taking the lead back over, controlling that bottom pack with Robbie Hartpin second. You also have the 55 of Zachary Margison right there. 87 of Brad Ward. Starting to see things shake up with 13 to go. This group has decided to become aggressive. Team 851 has fallen to the back. Robbie Hartpin's moving to the outside line. He's going to try and take the lead on this. Aaron Rodgers leads that time by. Alex Harris with the push on Robbie. Robbie can't decide, though, if he's going to the bottom or not. He's going to end up holding up that outside line. Alex Harris with the big bump down the backstretch. Robbie sails up towards the outside. Robbie just can't quite clear the 51 of Aaron Rodgers. Maybe some inexperience at play there. The 11 car just cannot make the move to the bottom of the track. Alex Harris doing his best. Finally, the 11 car makes his way down to the bottom. Drops in front of the 51, but then he's trying to control both lanes. Oh, man. That didn't quite work out, but he's still holding his line in the lead. Alex Harris going to fall back a little bit. That top line doesn't have the run it had. Aaron Rodgers pushing the 11 of Robbie Hartpin with 10 laps to go. I tell you, I think the fuel savings is going to go out the window because we're going to have a wreck before this thing's over with. Robbie Hartpin, Aaron Rodgers, Alex Harris, Zachary Margison, Nick Barise, all battling it out up front. Oh, Aaron Rodgers has to go down the yellow line. Robbie Hartpin is going to get stuck in the center. Oh, Robbie gets into the back of Aaron. That's going to cause a big pile up front. And that's our yellow flag. Man, unfortunate. You hate to see it. That's your little brother. That's my little brother, too. But yeah, Robbie ends up opening the hole and then chases Aaron down to the apron. Aaron has the position. Unfortunately, Robbie just cannot hold his line. Ends up collecting the 51. Unbelievable. Well, I feel bad for Aaron. I might have to go mention something to him. Aaron Rodgers, Rocky Hartpin here. I do not take any responsibility for my brother.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I'm trying to keep it off of. I'm talking to him on the radio. I just said, like, I've got to run, and I'm trying not to pass below the yellow line, but if you push me down there, I don't really have a choice.
Yeah. I think he was having all sorts of trouble up front. I am sorry, man.
No, it's okay. I mean, I wasn't going to make it on fuel. We were about a lap short anyway, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. That's a tough way to end night. You had a hell of a run.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks for putting it on and everything. And Say, wish Chris Carroll would have stuck around to see the end of his own race, right?
Yeah, well, he's in the broadcast chat after looking at his car the last couple of incidents. I totally understand why he pulled it in.
Right.
So, all right, best of luck. Hopefully, you can get some damage repaired and get back out there.
Yep, we'll see what we can do. Thank
Okay, no problem. Unfortunate event there. That's a tough one. Oh, hate to see it. Yeah, I don't know if they have any quick repairs left. They had one, and I think they've could have gone through about 10. Because they have crunched some sheet metal. I feel like we're at Bristol at this point. Alright, our drivers making way for their last pit stop. Let's see who's going to take fuel only. Blake Bottoms, it looks like it's going to be the case. Team 851, they're going to come out with the lead. So everybody else had to fix damage. Oh, Mike Seal ends up staying out, as well as Rachel Hunt. So a big shakeup and strategy in play. This is the biggest little short track I like, or the biggest short track in the sim. Oh, we will, Chris. Don't worry about that. This kind of replaces the It's Me or Andy race that we did for a couple years. So we'll see how many of these we can get in that you finish. That's going to be the biggest part. You might not want to run it too many more times. Oh, man. After those pit stops, though, we got Mike Seal, Rachel Hunt, Blake Bottoms, Nathan Jurgensen, Agnell Phillip, Bradley Yo, Jason Jackson, Steve Gibson, Nick Barise. Go Rachel Hunt. Newcomer to the Speed Sport League. She is going to be a tough one, I can say that much. We got 7 laps left in this shootout. I'm thinking we're going to have another caution. We're going to end up using that green-white checker. Here we go. Down the backstretch. Hopefully for the last restart. It'll be a wild one for sure. As it has been all race.
Green, green, green.
Whoop. We better get live. As Mike Seal takes off on the start. 6 laps left. Nate Jurgensen trying to push his way, ends up wrecking Rachel Hunt. Takes out Bradley Yo. Oh, man. Another aggressive move by Nate Jurgensen. Put it 3 wide. And there goes Rachel, unfortunately. And we're back under caution. Oh, man. We'll take a look at that. Try to get a better view. And looks like Nate forcing it 3 wide. Aggressive move at the start. Rachel, though, did drift up. just enough. Ends up collecting, wadding up several cars again. Well, that's going to put Mike Seal at the front. Tough race so far. Said it wasn't going to be the last caution. We'll see. Looks like the 11 of Robbie Harpins was the car caught up in that. The 87 of Brad Ward has significant front damage. So is the 81 of James Ward. Oh, Rachel Hunt. Wadded up car right there. There's Robbie Harpins trying to catch up to the field. Well, we'll line them up and try it again. We do have one green-white checker, so might end up happening a couple times, but we'll hopefully be able to run it out to the end with one last. Lot of bent up sheet metal tonight in the opener. Mike Seal, though, will be our leader. Nathan Jurgensen second. Blake Bottoms third. 1 to go. We'll have a natural green-white checker. If that doesn't work, we'll do it again. Hopefully, though, we can run it to the finish. All right, we come to the green flag one last time. Mike Seal is your leader, followed by Nathan Jurgensen, Blake Bobbs, Agnell Phillip, Jason Jackson, as Hung Tough is currently 5th, Nick Burry 6th, Ed Kane 7th, Steven Gibson, even with the damage and everything, he is currently 8th, Daryl Whitford 9th, James Ward 10th. I don't think there's a car with a straight piece of sheet metal out there. The pace car dives off one last time. And we are green flag racing with 2 to go. Yeah, these guys are racing hard. We see some early shuffling as Nick Maurice, Jason Jackson fall to the bottom to push Mike Seal. Nathan Jurgensen with the big push on the outside from Agnell Phillip. Nate Jurgensen, Mike Seal running side by side. We are now going to be 2 to go. That bottom line kind of falls apart. Nick Maurice moves up to the top. Agnell Phillip gets a run on the outside of Nate Jurgensen. Agnell Phillip's going to lead this. Blake Bottoms now shifts up to the front, coming from 4th to the lead with 1 lap coming to the white flag. Agnell Phillips got first, getting pushed by Nathan Jurgensen. You also have Ed King, Nick Maurice, Mike Seal right there. Blake Bottoms, can he get a run on the outside as we have 1 to go? The outside line's starting to fall apart. We'll see if they can get a run to the end. As Agnell Phillip controls it down the backstretch for the final time. We'll see who can make a move. Blake Bottoms now fighting on the outside. Gets a push from Mike Seal. Going into 3. It is a 4-car battle for the lead. Pick your own best poison. Nate Jurgensen, oh, bit of a bump. Agnell a little bit off. Coming to the tri-oval. They're fanning out 3, 4 wide. Nathan Jurgensen. But it looks like Agnell Phillip's going to win this one. Wow, what a race to the line. Agnell Phillip first. Blake Bottoms second. Nathan Jurgensen third. Mike Seal fourth. Edward Kane driving his way up to a 5th place finish. What a race to the end. Agnell Phillip strong all night. Great win for him to take the opener here at the Dutchie'S Halftona 500. We'll talk to our race winner. Good win by Agnell. Running a clean one all night. I don't know if we'll have the post-race demo derby. We've wadded up quite a few. We'll grab Agnell Phillip as he does his donuts. Agnell Phillip, hell of a win, man. Taking the inaugural Dutchie'S Halftona 500. How you feeling?
Oh my God, I feel amazing, Rocky. I'm doing donuts off the Daytona sign. This is awesome.
Oh, you drove a hell of a race early on. Very aggressive, holding the front 2 lines. Then you kind of fell back, waited it out, and then made your move there towards the end. Man, great race. Can't say enough. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so excited, man, because I have not won an ESS race yet. The competition, every single race is just so high, and to just be in a position to win a race, like I'm super pumped about that. In terms of like the strategy and stuff, you know, we were, you know, like you said, I was racing aggressive at the beginning because my kind of tendency at these plate tracks is if you're in front of the wreck, you're not going to be in the wreck, and that was my kind of thinking until that wreck that I was involved in.
Yeah. A lot of those wrecks ended up at the front of the pack there for a bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, once that happened, and I just thought, you know what, I'll find a bubble, and we'll come back up to the front if we can. when we get the chance. And then, we had a bit of fuel mileage stuff going on there, really played into my hands a little bit of just kind of like riding. But, everybody was riding. I was actually not saving fuel quite as good as some of my other teammates there. So I don't know how that would have played out if it went green. But I knew the minute that, some of those guys decided to go and get racy with about 10 to go, we were all like watching it being like, this is not going to last. I took a little bit less fuel on the stop, tried to get some track position. We got up there. I was kind of lucky to avoid that second to last wreck. And just, at the end, it's just jockeying for the right track position. Nate Jurgensen, my teammate, is just so good at these play tracks. If he didn't have damage at the end there, he probably would have had something for me. Blake also had some damage too. So I had the cleanest car kind of out of the A51 guys at the front. So I was able to kind of use that to my advantage and hold off the runs, that might have materialized if there were only clean cars. And it sounded like we had more people lined up on the bottom too. But, it was just a good race. We had some hard racing, some close quarters racing. Didn't really work out sometimes for some people, but I think all in all, we put on a decent show. I know those 30 laps where we were all fuel saving probably wasn't the most entertaining thing to watch, but I think we made up for it at the end there.
No, it was great. That was a fantastic finish. I'm so happy that you finally got your first win here. How you feeling going into the 2021 season now?
Well, I'm feeling good. The stock car season should be good. With the B car, I've made a lot of progress in that car. I think in the last couple of months, really trying to learn how to drive it properly, especially at the 1.5 mile tracks. It's actually a really tricky car to drive. And I know you're going to make sure those setups are nice and loose too, so I'll make sure to get lots of practice for those. But I'm excited about the stock car season, and being able to run that, and the road to pro season. Obviously, that's what we're all kind of gearing up for now too. So I'm just excited for the 2021 racing season. I think I have a lot to build off of here, and hopefully this win is a kind of a sign of things to come. Hopefully.
Oh, for sure. Well, congrats on the win. We can't wait to see your progress throughout the year. I'm sure you're going to do some great things and get a few more wins under your belt.
Thanks, Rocky. Thank you so much for kind of putting this on and all you do for the league. This is the most fun league I'm a part of. I love the competition. I love racing with everybody, and you do a good job administering all and making sure we're all on our best behavior. So thanks again for all you do for us.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Well, thank you. Have a good night, and we'll catch you at the next one.
10-4, man. Thanks.
All right, we'll bring in second place finisher Blake Bottoms. Blake Bottoms, you're on live. How are you doing? How are you feeling after that second place finish?
Pretty good. I'm glad Agnell could get him one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. You guys had a great run to the line. Looks like we're about to have the momentum to maybe make that pass to the outside. Just didn't quite come there. How were you feeling throughout that run? I know you got caught up in early one with that wreck with Brian Zimmerman, used the fast repair. What were you feeling at that point? Your chances were of being competitive at the end?
Well, knowing we had the fast repair, I was fine with it. I know that we, as a team, we definitely were the biggest team there, which, that's always going to benefit us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just down to positioning. Pulling, Daytona's as much of a slot machine as it is an actual racetrack, and it's not really a skill thing. It's just avoiding the wrecks. And then I thought we were going to have to save fuel coming on that last run. We definitely were going to make it. We tried to make the field move when me and Nate poked up and went. We were trying to make the field move, and we did that. So I thought we really had, played our cards perfectly there. I thought when it comes down to it, we would be the only people making it across the line. But unfortunately, there was that wreck up front that ended that fuel battle. But yeah, happy about P2.
Hey, good. Yeah, no, hell of a run. What are you thinking as far as this upcoming 2021 season? What are you looking forward to?
Really looking forward to Super Lights. We're doing the Pro Truck Series first time, and then of course our the Select Series, or the Stock Car Series. That should be all fun.
For sure, man. Well, you're a hell of a wheel, man. We know you've been racking up the wins, especially in the unofficial races. So we'll be looking forward to seeing how you do once the season starts up.
Yeah, thanks, Rocky.
All right.
Enjoy the race.
No
Thanks all for
problem.
watching.
Anytime, man. We'll catch you at the next one.
See you.
Nate Jurgensen, you're live on there. How you feeling after that third place run?
Yeah, real good. More of a wrecky race than I was kind of hoping to have. And I'm looking back at the lap 37 incident, and man, what a weird incident. Like, I'm looking back at the replay, I never technically touched his bumper, but I definitely got into netcode area. And when you're getting into netcode area, you're putting someone's race at risk. And it looks like the netcode caught him. But so I'll take definitely blame for that lap 37 wreck. I know that cost both me and him a fast repair. So that was a bummer. Apologies to Aaron for that deal. But man, last laps were really exciting. Obviously made an aggressive move there, going 3 wide with Rachel there, and I just don't think she knew I was there. I was calling it on the radio, but it was an aggressive move for sure. But you're going for the win with a few to go, and I was there. So that was a pretty unfortunate wreck. I got a lot of damage in that one on the front end. So I knew I was the end of the race. It was just kind of like, who can I push? I definitely was not going to be able to lead a line or anything like that with the damage I had. So luckily, Agnelli got down in front of me, and I just pushed him for all it was worth. And so it's fun to win these races, and it's just as fun to push your friend to a win in these races. And I know that was Agnell's first ESS win. That was definitely going through my mind. And once I was behind him, it was just like, let's make sure we get him the win. So, I did an NIS this afternoon, the full length one, and I pushed the leader to the win and got second myself. And tonight I'm pushing the winner to the win again and getting third. So hopefully, the rest of the week maybe I can get myself into victory lane. But I'm always happy to push a friend too.
There you go. Now coming into the 2021 season, what are you looking forward to? How are you feeling?
I'm looking forward to running ESS for sure. There's lots of great series, and hopefully we can have some more good runs and get off the plate tracks here. When Daytona week is over, you're done plate racing for a while. And then obviously just, Road to Pro is something else that the A51 Pro team is focusing on, obviously. And so beginning of next month, we have Vegas there. So we'll be doing the practice races at ESS, and that'll be fun too.
All right. Sounds great, Nate. Any final thoughts or words?
Shout out to you for broadcasting this and for hosting this. And I think Chris was involved in hosting this as well. And just a really fun kind of way to kick off the season here. It's kind of like our Clash almost. So that was, we were wrecking just like it was a Clash too. So hopefully that was exciting for you, all the crashes, and except for the fuel saving part. I actually probably want to bring that up. That was really interesting. I think every team had a different idea of when you could go and make it. So we were all saving real good, and we were I was going to go probably about a lap or two after the caution ended up happening. So it ended up being moot, but we played a little trick there. We thought maybe if we went a little early, we could bait everybody else into going early and maybe running out their fuel. I'm not really sure where those guys were at, if they were really going to make it going as early as they did. So that was an interesting part, but probably boring for you to watch on the broadcast. Right?
Yeah, for 15, 16 laps, I was trying my best to make fuel savings interesting. So it is what it is.
Thanks for broadcasting this, man. That's awesome. Thanks for putting it on.
Hey, anytime. Take care.
All right, later.
All right, well, that will wrap it up for tonight. Appreciate all of you that stuck around to watch the race and everything like that. Be sure to check back if you're interested in running the league or anything like that. Please check us out at www.eSPEEDSPORT.com. We got several new series starting at the end of February. Excuse me, sorry. So it'd be a good time. And everything like that. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. I'm going to have to get off here. Thank you all for sticking around, everything like that. We'll catch you at the next one. Have a good night.